जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः।
The Gospel of the Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi. Reminiscences and conversations recorded by Swami Arupananda. Place Jairam Bati, 26th May 1911. The Holy Mother returned to Kolkata from her pilgrimage to Rameshwaram and after a few days went back to Jairam Bati. One evening, while seated on the porch of her old house, she asked me about a monastic devotee. Mother, what did he say? Disciple, he felt a yearning for you for last 3 or 4 months. Mother, how strange. A sannyasin must break off all the bondage of Maya. A golden chain is as good a shackle as an iron one. A sannyasin must not entangle himself in any form of Maya. Why should he constantly say, "Oh, mother's love, I am deprived of it"? What ideas! I do not like men constantly hanging on me. At least he has the form of a man. I am not talking of God, and I have to move about with women. Ashu also used to come to me frequently to make sandal paste or on some other pretext. One day I warned him, Arupananda, will the sannyasins who profess the ideals of the Vedanta attain to nirvana? Mother, surely by gradually cutting off the bonds of Maya, they will realize nirvana and merge themselves in God. This body is no doubt the outcome of desires. The body cannot live unless there is a trace of desire. All comes to an end when a man gets rid of desires completely. Devotees come here, eat their meals, enjoy themselves, and then go away. Why should I be attached to them? One day, Hajra said to the master, "Why do you constantly long for Narendra and other youngsters? They are quite happy by themselves, eating, drinking, and playing. You had better fix your mind on God. Why should you be attached to them?" At these words, the master took his mind away from the young disciples and completely merged it in the thought of God. Instantaneously, he entered into samadhi. His beard and hair stood straight on end like the kadamba flower. Just imagine what kind of a man the master was. His body became hard like a wooden statue. Ramlal, who was attending on him, said repeatedly, "Please be your former self again." At last, the mind came down to the normal plane. It was only out of compassion for people that he kept his mind on the lower plane. After a little pause, Holy Mother continues, "At the time of death, Yogen," referring to Swami Yogananda, "wanted nirvana. Girish Babu said to him, 'Look here, Yogen, don't accept nirvana. Don't think of the master as pervading the entire universe, the sun and the moon forming his eyes. Think of the master as he used to be to us, and thus thinking of him, go to him. Deities and angels, whoever they be, are born again on this earth. They do not eat or talk in their subtle bodies. Hence, they cannot stay in those planes for long. Disciple, if they neither eat nor talk, then how do they spend their days? Mother, immersed in meditation, they remain where they are, like wooden images for ages. Like the images of the kings I saw at Rameshwaram, standing there dressed in royal robes. When God needs them, He brings them down from their respective planes. There are different heavenly planes, such as the Jnana Loka, Satya Loka, and Dhruva Loka. The Master said that he had brought down Narendra, referring to Swami Vivekananda, from the plane of the seven sages, Saptarishi Mandal. His words are verily the words of the Vedas. They can never be untrue. Arupananda. Must we also then live like images of wood or clay? Mother. Oh no! You will serve the Master. There are two classes of devotees. One class devotes itself to the service of God as on this earth, and another group is immersed in meditation for ages, like the images. Disciple. Well, Mother, the Master used to say that the Ishwar Kotis can come back to the relative plane of consciousness even after the attainment of Nirvana. Others cannot do so. What does that mean? Mother, the Ishwar Koti, even after the attainment of Nirvana, can gather back his mind from it and direct it to the ordinary plane of consciousness. Arupananda. How can the mind that has merged itself in the God be brought back again to the world? How can one ever separate a jar of water from the water of the lake if it has been poured into it? Mother, not all can do so. Only the Paramhansa can. A Hansa can separate the milk from a mixture of water and milk and drink only the milk. Disciple, can all get rid of desires? Mother, if they could, then this creation would have come to an end. The creation is going on because all cannot be free of desires. People with desires take their births again and again. Disciple, suppose a man gives up his body standing in the Ganges? Mother, freedom from birth is possible only when there is no trace of desire. Otherwise, nothing else is of any avail. If one does not get rid of desires, what will one gain, even if this be one's last birth in this world? Arupananda. Mother, infinite is this creation. Who can tell what is happening in a remote plane? Who can say if any living beings inhabit any of those innumerable stars and planets? Mother, it is possible only for God to be omniscient in this realm of Maya. Perhaps there is no living being in those planets and stars. Place, Jairam Bhatti, rainy season of the year 1911. Swami Sharadananda, Yogin Ma, Gulab Ma, and several other devotees went to Kamarpukur from Jairam Bhatti. Yogin Ma slipped on the road. Some part of her body were injured and blood flowed. I returned to Jairam Bhatti ahead of the party and told the Holy Mother about Yogin Ma's accident. The mother said sadly. Gulab said before they set out, Yogin is going with us. Let's see how many times she slips on the road. Yogin fell down to vindicate Gulab's words. After all, those were the words of a spiritual woman. She practices spiritual disciplines. Therefore, her words must bear fruit. Hence, a holy person must not say anything bad about anyone.
यथा यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्या स्वरूपां तां सा